Alright, so now we're going to do something a little bit different. Let's say that we want to do some analysis around which states are producing the most amount of revenue for us. A quick function that I skipped over earlier but is helpful. So if we just wanted to know what our total sales were, we go down to the bottom of that column and we have our equal sign, we have sum, and we put in all of the numbers that we'd like to add together, and we see that we have just over $200,000 in sales. So that kind of helps us give us some context as well. So delete that real quick. Alright, so we're going to do something that's called a pivot chart. This is probably one of the more advanced features that we used last year in the course, but it was really helpful. You might not get to it for a while, but maybe you'll find it to be helpful from the get-go if you're doing some analysis around, if you just want to kind of dissect things in different ways. So we want to take our table of information and select all of it, and we're going to go to this Insert tab, and you can either do just a pivot table, or over here you see you have a pivot chart. Now a pivot chart, this is actually a feature that I believe is only available in the PC version, so that's something to be aware of for you Mac users. Pivot tables alone are still very helpful, but again, another theme that you'll hear consistently throughout the course is how do you take a table of data and turn that into more meaningful information, a graphic or a picture, so that people can readily obtain the information that they really need from it without wasting too much time. So I'm going to select a pivot chart, and so this is going to tell me, okay, I'm going to select from this range of data, and I want it to be in a new worksheet. So I hit OK. Okay, so now I've got my pivot table here is in the left hand side, and then this is a chart that's going to populate on its own once I tell the table what I want it to read. So I'm going to want to look at the information by state and figure out which states are generating the most revenue. So I know my values that I'm going to be looking for are the amounts, the revenue. So I put that in, and then I know I want to look at it by state. So drag the state part to this rows filter, and there we have broken out state by state what the revenue was for each territory. So, and again, we see that our total matches that 200,000 that we saw before, so we know that all of the information is included within that. Now, this table again is going to populate on its own. There are different things that we can edit from the table. So we would call this total revenue by state. My computer would work. There we go. And the legend in this case isn't that particular, so it's not very helpful there. So I just deleted that just to give us some extra room. So I'll blow this up a little bit. So here we can see that Texas is really driving a lot of it. New York is driving a lot of it. Tennessee. So if I'm, someone that's working for this company, I know that that's where we're doing well, but maybe I want to keep focusing on those areas. Maybe I want to try to grow elsewhere. Another nice feature about this is that we can actually also change the way that we want to think about the data. So if I click on, instead of showing it as the sum of the total amount, I could look at it in different ways. So I go to the value field settings, and let's say I just want to see it as a percentage of my overall revenue. So I go to show value as, instead of saying no calculation because that's just giving us a sum, I want to see it as a percentage of the grand total. So here I changed it. So now this is a way of thinking about it. Okay, well, Texas is accounting for 22.65% of our revenue. New York is 15.5% almost. Tennessee is almost 16%. So again, that's just another way that we can think about this information. Now, I think that's it for now. Again, this is a more advanced feature. I probably skipped over a lot of things that could be helpful. I'm going to try to fill in some gaps here, and please let me know, give me some feedback on things that you need clarity on and things that you could use help with.